Om Ajnanatirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Chitapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanutam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Shri Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya cha patitana pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, today we are talking about the teachings of Lord Kapila to his mother Devahuti. Just in the background, I would like to let everybody know that what kind of resolve Devahuti had to make her life perfect. Even a lady has the target to get liberated from this material world and to seek eternity, and while going back home, back to Godhead, perform the pure devotional service. If this is the only target, then it is the best for anybody to take up the process which is perfectly described by Lord Kapil Dev. We understand that Srila Prabhupada said that I may not be perfect, but the process I follow is perfect. Therefore, I have every hope to become perfect. We know we are obsessed with the 4 defects, and there is no perfection. But still, imperfection can be become perfect by coming in the process that transforms imperfectness into perfectness, because the process should be perfect. That's what Srila Prabhupada emphasized. And this perfect process is being taught by Lord Kapil Dev to his mother Devahuti. So the resolve should be one, the process should be also of that nature, and one must cultivate firm faith and go ahead. The idea is that material world is full of tribulations because of 3 modes of material nature. It has so immenseness that you can't even fathom, and because material nature is made such in a fleeting way that we can't hold it. We'll feel short. that we cannot make any perfection anywhere in the material efforts. So, Lord Kapil Dev was supposed to teach this, and Devhuti knew. Devhuti was told by Narad Muni that Devhuti, just like I know you and you have a great desire to have a very qualified husband for yourself. Here is, and that is Kardamani. Devhuti also learned from Narad Muni that Narad Muni heard that Lord Vishnu wants to come as son of Lord Kapil Dev. It may be seeming that it is pre-organized, but the idea is that even though everything is pre-organized, material world is pre-organized, and but it is for short time. Bhutva bhutva praliyate. So the spiritual world is a reality. It should be pre-organized by the desire of the Lord. And the Lord wants to stay within that realm. But those who are not envious of the Lord, they can stay within that realm. Living entities have fallen from the grace of the Lord because of separate desire and hate. So, being the daughter of Manu Maharaj, she was well educated in the science of spirituality, but yet she needs the conclusion within that lifetime. She is the first from the three daughters. The Devhuti is the third daughter, first being Akuti, second Prasuti, and third Devhuti. But Devhuti, when after hearing from Narad Muni, went to her father and told very precisely the aim of life, that father, I have to go through the marriage proposal, but I would like to marry only Kardamuni because of his virtues. And Manu Maharaj immediately approved. And he comes to Kardamuni's hermitage and proposes. So everything is falling in place. And Kardamuni, also remembering Lord Krishna, giving up his ascetic life and agreed to marry Devhuti. So Devhuti also very firmly by serving her husband, even though it is so menial, but very faithful. And this faithfulness is very important. And Devhuti, even though she served the husband, but she neglected herself in such a way that even after coming from trance, Kardamuni could not recognize her because she was initiated. So material nature comes and take a toll, but Devhuti was not deviated. Just for the fulfillment of married life, she was always ready to execute, and the earliest is the best. But her husband is ascetic, so naturally, this description is in Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto. How Devahuti first became qualified to receive the knowledge of bhakti from her son, Kapil Dev. So finality is absolutely necessary for learning the supreme absolute truth and practicing. So we see Devahuti was praying to the Lord, Kapil Dev, and she expressed her desire get liberated. She had 9 daughters before. And she told intelligently that to her husband, Kardamuni, that these 9 daughters will eventually have to go to their own houses and fulfill the functions of her husbands, who will be Prajapatis. But I'm here, you are the great ascetic and devoted, and marriage is essential. But these 9 daughters will not be able to liberate me. Therefore, I was praying for you. So I can also be liberated. I can also be able to go back home, back to Godhead. Such an intelligent fervor that Devahuti has put through. These descriptions have been there in the 3rd canto. Now, Lord Kapil Dev has appeared. Kardamuni also showed his desire that he would retire after begetting children. So he was thinking that 9 daughters are enough. So let him go. He was very, very anxious to go back to his ascetic life. But Devahuti said, my dear Lord, who will liberate me? These daughters will go to their own homes. But I heard that the Lord wants to appear as your son. So please fulfill that duty, and after that, you may retire. See, resolve. The wife is telling, yes, this is a very important point for the husbands to retire timely and liberate. Meanwhile, the son has to take over the responsibility to liberate mother, not only to maintain mothers, but to liberate mothers. So Kapil Dev starts speaking. The very first instruction to Devahuti is extremely important. That is the subject matter of today's class. Satam prasangam mama virya samvidha bhavanti radkarna rasayana katha tajjoshana vamma pavarga vartamani shraddharati bhakti anukramashyati. My dear mother, please associate with the sadhus. That is called Satam Prasanga. Because they will talk about my glories. They will talk about the secrets of our life. And by knowing and by practicing, you'll be able to get liberated. So that potency you'll be able to receive in my activities. So such activities are so much glorious that somehow or other they become source of enjoyment between the ear and heart. Bhavanti rad karana rasayana katha. And such narrations of Lord Krishna's transcendental nature, which is divine, and the activities which are divine, janma karma chame divyam, they will be able to secure the place in our heart. Radha Karana, Karana means the ear and Radha means the heart. This exchange of this divine activity and qualities of the Supreme Lord in his narrations, they establish like some exchange of rasas within ear and heart. So such hearing is very important. Bhavanti Radhakarana Rasayanaka Tad Joshanavam Apavarga Vartamani. That creates the what you call Apavarga Vartaman. The path of liberation will be opened up, where you will be able to establish the requisite faith and attraction. You will hanker for more of such kathas. And then bhakti, the pure devotional service, will be established. So it is exactly like what Sukadeva Goswami also said. Sutta Goswami said in the second chapter of first canto that Shrunvatam Swakatham Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. The hearing process is so much potent that it establishes all auspiciousness. The hearing process is also auspicious. Even speaking process is also auspicious. Shravana Kirtan. So, Hridayantaschahya Badrani Vidunoti Surit Satam. It cleanses the all the inebrities in our heart of material nature, which is embedded with the three modes of material nature, and establishes at least the lower modes of passion and ignorance subside, and a person can establish himself in the mode of goodness. So this process of hearing and chanting in the association of devotees is very potent. So one may develop the requisite faith. Now, requisite faith means what? Just like Devahuti had a very confirmed faith for liberation right from the very beginning. So unless and until the living entities or the devotees, either, what we call prospective devotees, have to cultivate requisite faith, like Devahuti, that I'm associating with the devotees to hear the transcendental glories for my ultimate benefit, which is more than liberation, to establish myself in pure devotional service. So, such potency is available in association of pure devotees. So we may be able to cultivate the requisite faith. Requisite faith means faith for our resolve, going back home, back to Godhead. Not in between, oh, okay, I will do my services in material life. I will have some satisfaction. But these are what you call sidetracked subordinate material results that will also bind us, that will not allow us to liberate. So, the resolve of devotee and the resolve of ourselves, we are meant to do that, the same thing. And we need such association of the devotees and always hanker, just like it is not what we call window shopping, that you have to check this. No, you have to associate with everybody. And within that, whoever makes your resolve very perfect, then you associate with. If we just go as a onlooker, like a window shopper, then we may not have the resolve. But if we are serious about our real salvation from this material life, then we will have to develop that resolve through this process. So this process starts from a very perfect beginning, so it will give a very perfect end. And Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita in 8th chapter, in 9th chapter, about the Rajavidya. Then one is supposed to receive the most confidential knowledge about this perfect process. Is the king of knowledge. That is pratyaksha avagamam dharmyam susukham kartum avyaya. Krishna guarantees that this most perfect knowledge is the king of knowledge, is the secret of all secrets. But it will manifest right in front of your eyes if you follow the way it has been described in the Sankhya philosophy of Lord Kapila Dev, and which is also spoken by Lord Krishna in 2nd chapter, which is non different than Buddhi Yoga and the Sankhya Yoga. So the idea is that the perfectness has to be applied in a perfect process. See, pratyaksha avagamam. Avagamam means follow in the footsteps, one after another, the stepwise. It is not hefasa. Dharmyam susukham kartum avyayam. The result will be very pleasant, and it is having a permanent result of avyayam, inexhaustible nature. That whatever you gain is a permanent asset. The gain is bhakti, love of Godhead is a permanent asset. So therefore, the perfect process is conveyed through association of the devotees. As our resolve is, that kind of association we may like. But still, if you are of a perfect resolve, like Devahuti, the presence of the Lord will be there. So always understand that association is very important, and in the degree of our serious resolve, the path of liberation will be opened. But at the same time, the requisite faith, according to the resolve, will develop, and then we will be more attracted. It's just like rasikam. Rasikam means those who are very anxious to taste the highest nectar. Nigamakalpatarorgalitam phalam Shukamukhadra amrita sanyutam Pibata Bhagavatam rasamalayam Muhuraho rasika bhavi bhavkaha. The glory of Srimad Bhagavatam is in this, and it will suffice the whole purpose of our uh, association with the devotees. Our association with the devotees will be measured according to our resolve and our uh, performance of what is the ultimate target that we are doing. So more conscious we will be about our resolve, we will be able to not only get such association, but the presence of the Lord will be also saved. So, satam prasanga mama birya samvida. This is the potency. Virya means potency. Virya means the result, the ultimate benefit. It is existing in the association. So Lord's personal presence is also existing because everything about the Lord is non-different from him. His potency is non-different from the Lord. So the Lord is presence. Madhbhakta yatra gayanti tisthami tatra narada. Wherever the devotees are singing my glories, I'm situated there. So in the Sankhya Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, according to even Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, they are not different because they embed the same process, and this process has been explained by Kapil Dev, Kapil Dev, Devhutri Putra Kapil Dev. It's very important. So we should study teachings of Lord Kapil Dev. Our Prabhupada brought the teachings of Lord Kapil Dev and teachings of Prahlad Maharaj in the same fashion to establish the activities of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And we must, look into very serious, as serious our resolve is, that kind of association Krishna provides, because there is potency to be realized and will be ultimately benefited, and we can make the whole world receive the benefits. So this is sum and substance of in one particular sloka, which is the foundational sloka. And Kapil Dev then teaches more and more, even in the matter of deity worship, because just like our resolve, we are given opportunity to serve the transcendental body of the Lord, which has been invoked in Vigraha Seva. So there also the devotee can practically reflect his advancement by proper behavior. It is said by that if a pujari, the devotee who serves the deity in the temple, if he does not develop the same nature, the way he treats the deity with full awareness, and cannot exhibit the same nature to his congregation, then it becomes a controversial thing. His puja does not reach to the Supreme Lord. So how intimate this practical application is there? Kapil Dev says that one has to be reciprocating. Even in the association of the devotees, means the congregation devotees will be there, and a pujari has to reflect his transcendental character because he is intimately involved with Vigraha Seva, which is meaning that the Lord's form is able to reciprocate with our sentient feelings. Sentient feelings are our internal feelings, and this feeling will then be expressed in the desire, words, actions, like that. So our actions speak louder. If they are not in proper conveyance, we are told that we should improve, improvise ourselves, beg forgiveness all the time. Even you have to beg forgiveness after finishing puja of the Sri Vigraha. You have to beg forgiveness. Similarly, a pujari has also to beg forgiveness if it is not conducive, if his behavior is not conducive to the congregational members, including his superiors, what to speak of neophyte devotees. So therefore, it is such an intimate relationship and an active relationship, active, very active, and or what we call the dynamic activity will be there in serving the Supreme Lord in the temple as well as serving the congregation. It benefits, it puts us into the higher realm, and then we'll be able to understand the Supreme Lord who is sitting in everyone's heart as Paramatma. So we will be able to see as the purification is so perfect that vidyate hridaya granthi chindyanti sarva samshaya kshiyante chasya karmani drashta evatmanishvare. Drashta evatmanishvare means you will have face-to-face meeting with yourself and Paramatma. Yourself is looking at Paramatma. Hare Krishna. So the idea is that we need to talk about the perfection of the process. We need to talk about the perfection of the process that Kapil Dev teaches. So I would like to stop here if anybody has any question or comments. Yes.
Harish Maharaj, you can continue. There may be some issue with some persons.
There are few hands up, so they can ask question if they want. You have to unmute yourself and then ask the question one by one.
Maharaj, you can take the questions once the lecture is finished. So you may continue.
Yes. How would I know who has to ask first? Can somebody monitor that?
Maharaj, should we start with the question answer sessions?
Yes, you can continue because it will expose more details or repetition at least.
Maharaj, you can continue if you want to speak more. Actually, much question has not received, so we can continue for more than 10 minutes or up to 15 minutes.
Uh, okay. And there is a question from Jivan Dweep, Prabhu. Whenever, okay, what is?
Maharaj,
Yes.
there is a question from P.R. Das. Does mood of a particular devotee play any role in identify the devotee one want or need to associate?
The mood of the devotees should be like a devahuti. That is the perfect mood. It is not that our mood has to be of the nature of our modes. At least minimum, we should start with mode of goodness. And this is the process. The chanting of the holy name, hearing about it, associating with the devotees, and this should be done in association of the devotees, will certainly set up our mood in the right direction. That is minimum, what we call in mode of goodness. Then we will be able to rise up, like Lord Brahma says that Maya hi yasya jagadanda satani sute Traigunya tad vishaya veda vitaya mana sattvaavalambi. Parasattvam, Vishuddha Sattvam, Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. So at least our mood will be of minimum sattva gun. Devahuti had a privilege. So she was already on the mode of parasattva. But when Kapil Dev came in her life, she was able to achieve the Vishuddha Sattva stage. And that is where Lord Krishna resides. Krishna never comes down to lower modes. So the mood of the devotee should be very at par, highest at par. But try to do, like Brahma says, we are in Brahma Madhva Sampradaya, so we go stage-wise. Okay, four regulative principles will always establish in mode of goodness. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra can establish in higher mode because it is transcendental in nature. So one has to cultivate the faith according to this stage-wise development called Sankhya Yoga.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Next question is from Dr. Piyasa Panda. How to associate with a family involved most of the time in materialistic endeavors as we have some duties towards them?
If you read the 14th chapter of 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, all duties are centered around Krishna. It is ordained by Krishna. It is in reference to the souls who are coming in your family, maintaining even the other living entities in relationship to Krishna, understanding the existence of life is everywhere. So honoring the importance of the life system, and how to maintain them. An ideal grahastha has to work for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord, and not for sense gratification, not to satisfy as if it is a duty of an ideal grahastha to take the whims and desires of other members of the family. Therefore, the guidance is given by Guru. That is the second step. You must have a Guru to lead a perfect life in your Grahastha life. The third is you have to maintain and remain detached. You may fulfill the desire of others, but you remain detached. If you cannot cultivate detachment by your activities, then where is the question of liberating? These are the instructions, and therefore the Guru will tell you to minimize your attachments, but perform all the duties like a detached person, as if you have to do it. So your mind will be set on the goal even while performing the activities of so-called material nature. All these instructions are given in 14th chapter. So if you have Srimad Bhagavatam, please, if you don't have, purchase it right away today, and read it. These instructions are cardinal instructions, and they cannot be compromised if you want the real success. If your desire, if your resolve is pure devotional service, and go back to God. There is no replacement.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Yeah.
Next question is from Malati Jhanva Devi Dasi. She's asking Hare Krishna Maharaj, what is the difference between appreciation and glorification? Because if we appreciate, they may think we are buttering the Vaishnavas.
Appreciation may satisfy only your mind, yourself. But glorification can broadcast to everybody. We must glorify. What is a big deal in appreciating? You may satisfy yourself, but you may not give the advantage to others. So always glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because his activities and appearance are so divine. So knowing the divinity, you'll be able to glorify, to make others understand that what is meant by cultivating divine characters.
Next question is Maharaj from Kritika Mataji, that if we are facing some challenges in material life, die to convince of few ignorant people, what should be our stance? Should we be still and wait for the storm to pass, or fight back to serve them right? What does Dharma says?
Don't become like an ostrich or a camel and duck your head in your, sand. It is not going to pass over. It will take you wholesale. The challenges are inevitable. As soon as you occupied a material body and came into the conception of a material nature, we are going to face the problems. The problems four are basic, that Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. And we are told to do anudarshanam. Anudarshanam means do not skip them. Do not try to neglect them. But you know the remedy of eradicating all the four problems. It's by cultivating Krishna consciousness and going back to Godhead, where Mamupetya tu kaunteya dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gata. The perfection of life is ahead of you, not the struggle. So, if you want to face the struggle and get rid of one problem after another, the problem will be indefinitely sticking behind you, because the Veda nature or the material nature is also very, very inconceivably powerful to trouble the living entity. When you become introspective and try to dig out your origin through, you are not this mind, you are not this body, etc. You are not this senses, but the spirituality is flowing as the Chetana or consciousness. What about that? Consciousness is divine. If you pollute it, then inadvertently it is going to be troublesome. So the point is that you have to face, but you have to tolerate. Tolerance is better than making a remedy out of it. It will pass, it will go. So more you become resilient, more you will be able to engage yourself in a very healthy, conducive aspect of process of devotional service. The process is so perfect that it gives bhakti, pareshanubhava, virakti, three ekakala. All the three happens at the same time. The establishment of pure devotional service, which is an irrevocable fact, then pareshanubhava, experience of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and detachment from the material. These all three will happen at the same time, just like prapadyamanasya kshata tushti pushti cha anubhasham. When a hungry man receives a morsel of food, each morsel will give him experience of satisfaction, nourishment, and what is that? Tushti, pushti, Shuta means a removal of the hunger, means eradicating the hunger will be experienced, the satisfaction will be experienced, and the nourishment will be experienced. So similarly, the process is so perfect. That is our only hope in being in Krishna consciousness.
Maharaj, next question is from Rahul Kumar. That Maharaj, I want to ask how to read Bhagavatam continue for a long time in consistent way, because sometimes some issues arises and we feel demotivated and left reading Bhagavatam.
When Srimad Bhagavatam was under publishing, Prabhupada brought only the first canto in 3 volumes, and Prabhupada said each and every canto that it will be all perfect. Any of this canto is perfect, and a perfect resolve can be made. It's pretty important. Srimad Bhagavatam is perfect even in one volume or 18 volumes. So you read, even if it's over and over, the perfection will be there. If you don't have even full set, it will be there. You know. It is pretty important in this way. You know, I remember, you know, in 1975, in New York, we had about 500,000 copies of the first canto, first volume published. And devotees were so enthusiastic, they were distributing freely. And it was Christmas time. And they were giving whoever is, and in the evening hours, the night hours, devotees would go out and distribute Srimad Bhagavatam, because in Christmas time the lights and Christmas trees are illuminated, and such illumination was so much attractive that hundreds and thousands of people would go to New York, Rockefeller Center, and so my father went, but he saw that Srimad Bhagavatam was in a garbage can. He picked up, you know. I was in association of the devotees. I was since 71. But in 1975, when he brought home from the garbage can the first volume of Srimad Bhagavatam, I read it. And my resolve was confirmed. I would not deviate that way. So it's pretty important, you know. Of course, my father also took initiation. My mother also took initiation. My mother was initiated twice, and I was in charge of both of them. So Krishna makes so much, important in the life of devotees that somehow or another, Bhagavatam plays most important role in their life. So try to read. Do not regret anything. Whatever you have read, it is good enough. But more you read, more you will be enlivened, more you will be enriched by the transcendental glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anything else?
Maharaj, last question, that Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj Ji, please accept my humble obeisances. How to improve japa and attraction towards Lord Krishna?
How to increase?
How to improve japa?
Improve japa. Suppose if Lord Krishna is right in front of you and you are talking to him, would you would you divert your attention somewhere else and talk to him? If he is personally present right in front of you and you will talk to him, would you put your attention somewhere else and talk to him? Is it called a talk? So anything that distracts our attention on the Supreme Lord, we should minimize it. We should completely eradicate it. Then our japa will be improved.
So, Maharaj, that was the last question.
Okay.
So, I very much thank you, Maharaj, for coming here and giving us this beautiful, wonderful lecture. So, Maharaj, I want your 1 minute, because we have left the introduction part. Because although I have heard from the Vaishnavas that pure devotees like you, Maharaj, they don't want to hear their glorification, but still, Maharaj, for purification of my tongue and purification of the ears of the listeners, I just want to quickly introduce yourself in a 1 minute, Maharaj, if you kindly allow me, Maharaj.
Oh, I started before.
No, Maharaj. So, dear devotees, So Maharaj is from a Brahmanical family. Maharaj got his Brahmanical initiation at the age of 7 only. So from the beginning of Maharaj was more interested in spiritual matters and welfare of the people, and used to recite the verses of Bhagavad Gita regularly. And who don't know, Maharaj worked as a research biochemist first in East Africa, and then later in the migrated to USA within a week of arrival in the USA. He met the devotees, disciples of his divine base, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and highly influenced by seeing the enthusiasm of the devotees to absorb into the Krishna conscious philosophy. From then till now, Maharaj has dedicated his life and soul for spreading the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam and for the mission of Srila Prabhupada. And if you don't know, Maharaj would take the Bhagavad Gita with him to his research lab and preach to his co-workers also. So that was the dedication of Maharaj. So we should follow Maharaj, and devotees, we would like to pray at the lotus feet of Maharaj and beg for his blessings, so that just like Maharaj installed and started worship of Srinathji for the first time in the Western world, similarly Srimad Bhagavatam, which is Krishna himself, may get installed in our hearts. May our attachment for reading Srila Prabhupada books, especially masterpiece of Srila Prabhupada's Srimad Bhagavatam, increases, and may we able to bring teachings into our lives. And today Maharaj has filled with nectar our heart, and I don't think so that anybody will any day miss reading Srimad Bhagavatam after hearing Maharaj today's class. So Maharaj, a very very thank you Maharaj that you personally has taken out your time for souls like us to inspire us to read Srimad Bhagavatam, which is one of the masterpieces of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada. So, Maharaj, I would like to request you that please give us some blessings so that we can continue our devotional life like you are continuing a little bit. We can follow your footprints, we can follow Srila Prabhupada's mission, we can follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank
Hare
you very
Krishna.
much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. His Holiness VedavyasaPriya Swami Maharaj ki Jai. So, devotees, there is a small announcement for you. So, every day we are sharing verses of Srimad Bhagavatam in the communities and in the chat box and also in the YouTube video. So, all of you are requested to read the Bhagavatam on daily basis, because this event is nothing but to introduce you that you should start reading Srimad Bhagavatam on daily basis. So, if you are daily hearing the lectures, so you should continue reading Bhagavatam on daily basis. Because if you are not reading Srimad Bhagavatam on daily basis, that after 21 days you may again fall back to your original position like you were in the previous. So it is a request from our side, from ISKCON Bhagavat Mahavidyalaya, that the initiative which has been taken by ISKCON Bhagavat Mahavidyalaya for you, for almost 4 to 5,000 devotees who have registered. So we request you to read Srimad Bhagavatam and fill the form so that we get informed that you are reading, so that we will feel also encouraged that due to us, due to ISKCON Bhagavat Mahavidyalaya, you are reading Srimad Bhagavatam on daily basis. And devotees, we have seen that many devotees are missing some announcements. So I request you to kindly follow our channel where all the updates are being daily updated. So all the devotees, so very very thank you for joining us, and all are requested to join also on that tomorrow 7 a.m. at sharp. So Hare Krishna, Dhanwad.